Dr. Kavita, professor from Chemistry Department in JPR Institute of Technology, Sri Perambatoor, Chennai. Now, I will present you a very interesting topic called zeolite process, which is coming under CY 8151 Engineering Chemistry. At the end of this lecture, you will be able to define zeolite or molecular sieves, and you will also be able to mention the types of zeolites. You will be able to write the principle and describe the zeolite process with a neat diagram. And you will also be able to mention the advantages and disadvantages of zeolite process. So this is the learning outcome of this lecture. Now let us move on to the topic zeolite. Zeolite are microporous in nature, which is called hydrated aluminosilicates of sodium, potassium, and calcium salts. Hence, it is used as a cation exchanger. Mostly in water softening process, we use hydrated aluminosilicates of sodium because the sodium ions are held together with the zeolite is very easy to remove. So that's why we are exchanging its sodium ions with the cations present in hot water. That's why in most of the industries they will prefer so hydrated aluminosilicates of sodium. Now, the types of zeolites. Zeolites, based on the occurrence, it is classified into two types. One is called natural zeolite, another one is synthetic zeolites. Natural zeolites are naturally green in color, like a marble stone appearance, and non-porous in nature. But synthetic zeolites can be prepared in the laboratory based on our requirement. That's why it is called as permutate. Synthetic zeolites are represented as Na2Ze, which has high ion exchange capacity. This is a pictorial representation of water softening process by zeolite method. In the picture, in the middle of this picture, you can see a cylinder. This cylinder is packed with zeolite bed. The zeolite bed is nothing but sodium zeolite, that is permutate or synthetic zeolite. So it contains Na2Ze in it. Now, from the top of the cylinder, I'm going to pour the raw water. Raw water in the sense we are going to represent the hard water. Hard water, hardness means the water which contains calcium and magnesium ions in it. When this hard water is poured into the zeolite bed, it will react with the sodium zeolite. So it will undergo ion exchange process. So this sodium zeolite will give its sodium ions to this calcium chloride or magnesium sulfate salt, and it will get calcium and magnesium salt. So it will exchange its cations with the hardness causing salts. So at last you'll have a calcium zeolite or magnesium zeolite in the center, and it will also leave out sodium chloride and sodium sulfate water, so which will come out as a soft water which contains sodium in it. Even though it is called as a soft water, it contains sodium salts. After the prolonged usage of this water treatment, this sodium zeolite will be converted into calcium and magnesium zeolite. So, this calcium and magnesium zeolite can be regenerated into sodium zeolite by treating it with the sodium chloride solution as like a backwash method. So when we use sodium chloride with the calcium and magnesium zeolite, it will react together and we can regain our sodium zeolite for further usage of water softening process. This is a pictorial representation of water softening. This is the explanation of this diagram. When hard water is passed through a bed of sodium zeolite kept in the cylinder, it exchanges its sodium ions with calcium and magnesium ions present in the hard water. Finally, it will be converted into calcium and magnesium zeolite. Then that is because the sodium ion, which are loosely held in sodium zeolite, are replaced by calcium and magnesium ions present in the hot water. So this is the reactions involved in the inside the cylinder when the hot water contains calcium chloride and magnesium chloride salt. When it is treated with the sodium zeolite, it will be converted into calcium zeolite and magnesium zeolite, and it will produce sodium chloride solution. Same way, in the if the water contains calcium and magnesium bicarbonate, when it is treated with the sodium zeolite, it will form calcium zeolite and magnesium zeolite, and it will also be converted into sodium bicarbonate. In case if the water contains calcium and magnesium sulfate, it will be treated into sodium zeolite. It will also be converted into calcium and magnesium zeolite and sodium sulfate water. So after the end of the reaction, you can see we'll get calcium and magnesium zeolite as a product. So which will be hold on the center of the cylinder. Then the sodium salts containing water will be leaved out as a outlet water. Like sodium chloride, sodium bicarbonate and sodium sulfate water will come out as a outlet water. So this is the way we will do the water softening process by zeolite. So at last, the softened water is enriched with large amount of sodium salts, which do not cause any hardness, but it cannot be used in boilers because if the hardness containing the carbon dioxide and the sodium hydroxide will form caustic embrittlement. So as I said, we can regain our sodium zeolite by the regeneration process. The exhausted zeolite is again regenerated by treating it with 10% solution of sodium chloride. By the water softening process, all the sodium zeolite will be converted into calcium zeolite and magnesium zeolite. So when it is treated with the sodium chloride salt solution, it will be converted into sodium zeolite and it will be washed out as a calcium chloride and magnesium chloride. The advantages of zeolite process. The water obtained from this zeolite process having very low hardness like 1 to 2 ppm. And this method is very cheap because the used zeolite can also be regenerated again and again. And also it's a sludge free process, and the equipment is very simple and compact because we are using only a small cylinder and then inlet and outlet pipe. And also the process is very easy, it does not require any major treating process. Disadvantages. The main disadvantage of this zeolite process is in this method we can treat only the cations. We are not doing any process with the anions. That's why it's a cation free water, calcium and magnesium free water we are getting. That is one of the disadvantages. And then the turbidity water can also be not treated because when you use the turbid water into the cylinder, it blocks the pores of the zeolite bed, which reduce the ion exchange capacity of the sodium zeolite. Acidic water also cannot be treated because it decomposes the structure of zeolite. And already we know that at the end of the outlet water contains sodium ions in it. So when the sodium ions like sodium bicarbonate and sodium carbonate are used, this softened water, when it is used in the boiler, it will produce carbon dioxide and sodium hydroxide as a product by the boiler corrosion and caustic embrittlement. This is finally it may also leads to the explosion of the boiler. So these are all the main disadvantages of the zeolite process. Thank you. I hope you all understood very well about the zeolite process for the water treatment.